Tell me some of the how now.
Okay.
How do I get this out there? Let's assume that I find an area I'm passionate about, an area I'm interested in. I want to turn that into income, or I'm a business and I want to get to a larger audience. I make these videos, I put them on my site. How do I get people to show up at my site?
Great.
How do I get people to see the video?
All right. So I'll use the tool as the example, because one of the ways, so first of all, Traffic Geyser is a tool that takes your video. Let's say we just hook this little camera up, we plug it into the port on our computer, we upload it into Traffic Geyser. I mean, originally
and it does
what
this
you
automatically,
do,
by the way, if you got a flip camera. That's why it's so popular. It's so easy.
Exactly. You know, one red button. That's all you really need to know. Now, historically, if you wanted to send it out to, let's say, 100 places online to get the most attention, because the whole deal is you have to grab attention. You have to get viewers. If you uploaded to each one of these sites manually, you said this at the beginning of the interview, it'd take you about a week to go out to about 100 locations. It's a lot of manual labor.
Right.
And I used to hire people to do that for me. And I said, there's got to be a better way.
Right.
Made this service called Traffic Geyser, and then I showed it to some people. Originally, I was going to make it for me.
Right.
And then I showed it to a few people, and they're like, I want that too. And I'm like, oh, we got a service here, right?
That's great.
So that's what happened. Well, what you do is you put your little video on Traffic Geyser, and it sends it out to over 30 video sites. It notifies what are known as social bookmarking sites. Then it takes the video, and it will put it on your blog for you, or on multiple blogs automatically. It'll turn it into a podcast so it can be consumed by an iPod or an iPhone or an Apple TV or any of those portable media gadgets.
Right.
It will automatically capture names. We talked about doing lead generation, so it captures names and builds a list for you.
So you don't have to be able to do that yourself.
Yeah, you don't. It's just basically you just fill in the blanks and it builds all these systems for you. But the most important thing is, imagine being able to distribute your message to over 100 locations on the web in a couple of minutes to the most popular sites online, and then Google naturally finds it, and it's not uncommon
because it sees its distribution.
Everywhere.
It's got all these connections.
So if someone's searching for, flip minnow HD camera review, for example.
Or how did I get out of pain?
Totally, precisely. Or if they say pain relief San Diego, for example, or San Diego pain relief, whatever they're typing into Google. So the only catch here is you just have to get yourself in the customer's head and say, what would they search for if they had a problem right now, okay? And there are free tools that allow you to do that. So all they do is they just tell you how many searches occur each month.
You say they, you're talking about, in this case, it's Google.
The entire universe of web searchers, and Google gives this data away
for free
because they sell ads.
Right.
Okay, so you can either buy the advertisements, or if you just name your videos what people are searching for, they get found. If they watch the video, they're like, wow, that's a solution. I'm going to check it out. So they visit your website. They might subscribe to your 10-10-4, all your videos, or go, wow, this is a great service. I'm going to pick them up and call right now. Okay, so all you're doing is you're just broadcasting to the entire populated planet with the most popular medium of all time, which is video right now. Over half of all the content that goes through the net is video. So it's one of these things that makes so much sense. Again, we were fortunate in the sense that we're presently the 800-pound gorilla in this business, and we built it for us. It really came from the fact that I was making demonstration videos showing my product and how it works, and I wanted to figure out how to get it out there and get more customers, so I just made videos and we give them away. So what we do with Traffic Geyser is we make training videos, we give them away.
That's good. So you show people how to do it.
Show them what it does, how it works, the results it gets, and where to go get a trial.
That's great.
And again, every business works this way. And if you go back historically, like with your infomercials, for example, it's really a bunch of proof.
That's true.
Now, you have to show yourself as an expert and authority to win their trust and say, okay, this Tony guy's not full of it, and these testimonials aren't a bunch of BS. But the best example that I can think of is, you remember the blue blocker sunglasses with Joe Sugarman?
Yeah.
He sold $1 billion worth of sunglasses on television, 20 million pairs. And his whole technique was, guy in the street, so he's walking along, would you put these on? The person goes, yeah, sure. He puts on these sunglasses, and it's like, wow, this is great. These things are, I'm not going to give them back, And
all he did was capture that. And he showed it to people.
And it was cheesy enough video that it just didn't look set up. You got past the credibility gap rapidly. So I'll give you an example how an ordinary person would use that. And this is what I tell every single person who has a business. I'd give every employee a flip camera. And what you do is you say, I want you to be focused on creating a perfect customer experience for that client. And what you do is you capture a testimonial right before they're about to leave. You could do this, for example, at every event. You give every one of your folks.
We took your advice and we did
That's
this
right,
at
we did
the
it,
business seminar.
Yeah.
Had people there, and what was the value of this? And people spontaneous in that moment saying, look, it was a business seminar. This first night's worth $1 million to my business. Every single person, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. And we started sending those to people. And we hesitated at first because we're like, it isn't shot well, the light's not great, and everything else. But today, people don't want perfect. They don't want it where it feels produced because then they feel it's not real.
Totally.
We'd sit down with our testimonies, they're totally real, but because the lighting was great and everything else, people went, it's not real. You see a guy that nose hair's coming out here and he's turned like this. People go, wow, this is the real thing.
Totally.
So raw really works today.
Absolutely. And I believe it always has. It's just that we all get ourselves into this feeling that somehow that's going to affect our brand. It's going to damage us. So what you do, let's say you're, again, if you're a chiropractor, if you've got a spa, a salon, if you're a bakery, I don't care what it is, on the way out, could I ask you what your experience was like today?
Yeah.
I'll give you the ultimate formula, okay, which would be you turn it on, you say, what was your life like before you used my product or service, okay? Oh, man, pain, misery, okay? What's it like now that you've experienced this?
Right.
Oh, I can't believe $1 million. This was $1 million worth of value. I can't believe it. What's it going to be like in the future? Okay, that's the third step. And I'll be like, I think this is a $100 million experience for me. I'm going to completely change the way I think about business. It's completely transformative.
Right.
Or my pain is gone. I can't tell you how now I can play with my grandchildren.
Yeah.
Now I won't have this back pain with me. Now I'm not going to have this elbow thing.
Right.
Wow. So what you do is you broadcast this little video out with, whether you use Traffic Guys or do it by yourself and waste a week of your time. How's that for a plug?
Tool.
Yeah, fabulous.
But I wanted to promote this because you've done this for me. One of the reasons is, trying to figure out how to get this out is such a pain. Even if you have a company and you've got technology guys, they got to go take all the time to do it, and you've automated it. This is where his tech experience, his genius experience, solving your own problem, helps save other people a tremendous amount of time as well.